so much for doing this interview with me. And I have to say congratulations on your success because we're going to talk about the Juno nomination, your music sales, your position in the industry right now, the fact that you are becoming such an important person in the music industry here in Canada. But also, I have to say, too, right off the top, the thing I love about you is the fact that you've been able to take old school essence, meaning, of course, the lyrics to your music and putting it into the sound of today. Because I think a lot of artists today forget about what it's like to tell a story through lyrics, not just having words rhyme, but actually telling a story with lyrics and then having great sound behind it. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you. No, that was really nice. That was really nice to hear because lyrics mean a lot to me. I feel like when I'm listening to a song, that's what comes to mind first. I'm thinking, what is this person talking about? And when it tells a story, it makes me love the song even more. So thank you for that.
I'm an old school guy, so
Yeah.
growing up, that's what we to talk to somebody,
Hmm.
who we were interested in. We would listen to the old school songs, listen to the lyrics, and if you didn't know exactly what you wanted to say, you listened to those lyrics, and they were like, "Okay, I could use this or that," and then you spoke to somebody and you used that. It was almost like that was your connection, and you do that very well, not just for that approach, but
Yeah.
also for people to love themselves and understand why. You're so good at that.
Thank you. I don't know. It's a little bit affirmations, here and there, things that I want to tell myself and that I tell myself that I think other people should also say. So I'm glad it's resonating with people.
Where does that come from? Because you're a Torontonian. So what is it like? What was it like for you growing up in Toronto in such a melting pot, and not just a melting pot of people, but a melting pot of music?
Oh wow, yeah, I listen to a lot of genres. And I don't know, I just love music in its entirety. So there's alternative rock songs that I love. There's pop, and then there's gospel. I was raised listening to a lot of like R&B, gospel, and reggae because my parents are Jamaican. So it was a very influential household. I feel my grandfather sings too. So it's like so many things musically just tied in to my life. So I feel like that's where I get a lot of my musical influences and how I write and how I sing and how I connect with people, my friend group as well. Just so diverse. I don't know, it's a lot of diversity. It's a lot of diversity all around. So it inspires me a lot.
Curious, did you grow up with vinyl in the house?
I did. My grandfather, actually, you just reminded me, my grandfather had a vinyl player. Yeah. I
See,
want to get one.
oh,
Yeah.
you got to get a turntable. You have to. The reason why I
Yeah.
asked that is because, again, what I talked about earlier in your music, the only
Mhm.
way you're going to have that connection is if somebody in the family had
Yeah.
you grow up with vinyl. That was very important. What was it like
Yeah.
to, have your grandfather playing those albums or 45s on the record player on the turntable, and you maybe not even
Mhm.
realizing that you were absorbing
Yeah.
that?
I didn't realize it until now when you just mentioned it. I just remembered like it was a very distant memory, but it was so cool to see him like take out these like big discs of like Bob Marley's music and stuff, and he'd flip it and put it on the thing and turn up the speaker, and we just like jam out and listen to it throughout the house. But it was nice. It was a really nice memory, And then my dad used to DJ, so in Jamaica, he would like pass me the mic, and then I would start singing, and we'd have like the doors open, so it'd become like a little street party, and people would come by and listen, and I'd be singing, and a lot of musical influence, and it was good. It was good memories.
That's
Yeah.
true old school. That is absolutely true.
Mhm.
And in fact, your grandfather would know. If you don't know what this is, your
Mhm.
grandfather would know. So when he sees this interview,
Yes, I'm
or
gonna
your
send it to
family
him.
knows, they will know. They will
Yeah.
exactly know what that is. When
Mhm.
did you start feeling like you had something to contribute to the music industry through song and performances? When you were writing stuff, were you writing maybe a diary and didn't know that you were actually writing lyrics or anything like that?
When I was 10, I realized that I thought I was writing poems, but the more I was writing and I was like, I want them to rhyme, and then I'd start to sing them, I realized I was songwriting. And so I was like, I just like making up random melodies, and I didn't have any access to beats or anything like that. So I'm just singing off the top of my head. And I sang at a talent show, and I sang a song about my mom. My mom loved it, of course, it was about her. So that was like the best song ever in her books. And since then, I've just been writing a lot. Like I would find beats on YouTube, and then I learned to like listen to other singers and how they, write and things they write about. And that's why I'm like, I'm always trying to be inspired when I write. I don't want to write about the same thing. Like, we have a lot of songs about heartbreak and we have a lot of songs about love, but I also want to write songs about life. And I feel like that comes with experience. So the more that I grow in my artistry, the more I'll learn other things, to write about. And whether it's my own experiences or other people's experiences, I feel like I'm very much like growing, but it's good. It's good because where I used to start, where I didn't know anything about beats, to now working with producers and studios and writing with other people, which I love to do now, is like so fun because I get more ideas than what I would have gotten in my bedroom alone.
So talk about that transition and being able to
Yeah.
do that, because as we all know, it's tough
Hmm.
enough to be Canadian in trying to get noticed. It's
Hmm.
tougher for a woman. It's tougher for a Black
Yeah.
woman. It's just tough,
Mhm.
period. What did you do to make that transition to make sure that people knew that you were serious and that you were going to be and would become a force?
Wow. I think, well, when Bob for Me had initially gone viral, people were like, make a full song. I was like, okay, realistically, I'm not going to sing about a wig for 3 minutes. So I sat down in my room, I think the day after Christmas, and I was like, what do I want to write about that right now? I have everybody's eyes on me. What is going to make an impact? And so in that night, I was thinking of things that I tell myself, things that maybe my younger self would wish to hear, like, like loving your skin and loving yourself in its entirety. And so many people were like, wow, like this resonates with me. And I was so happy to hear that because nobody had heard that version before. Like that was the first full song of the Bob for Me trend. And so when people were playing it, and young and old messaging me saying, wow, when I was a kid, I wish I heard stuff like this. That's when I knew that, I did something impactful. And that's all I wanted, was to make like a positive impact and just remind people that, you got to love yourself and take that extra time and remind yourself how amazing you are, because in a world like we are in right now, it's hard to do that sometimes.
When the pandemic hit, how did it
Mhm.
affect your career as things are rolling?
That's kind of when it started, actually. I
Oh,
ended
so
up
it was
getting,
helpful.
yeah, it was helpful for me a little bit, a little bit. I was home because I used to work at a restaurant in the mall. So when I was on I was like, okay, let me get on TikTok and let me see what's going on over there. But I wasn't really doing it seriously. Like I was just singing covers every now and then, and it would get some traction. And then obviously when I posted about the Bob Wig and then I made the song, that's when I saw the most turnaround from the app, and labels and all that would reach out and people would reach out and other artists. So yeah.
Let's talk about the label part. Sony Music Canada, one of the best in the world. You get
Okay.
signed with them. How
Yeah.
did that come about? And please tell me that you filmed everything when you were signing and everything else
Oh my
too.
gosh. Well, it was so weird. It was during a time when it was Zoom. So I signed during Zoom. Like all of them were on camera and they were all introducing themselves. And it's so bad because I feel like sometimes I forget people's names in the office, but I'll be like, oh, hey, like I remember your face, but I don't remember the name. But yeah, when I signed, it was all virtual, but I did get like a bottle of like champagne delivered. Somebody came and gave it to me, and I was like, oh, dope. It was amazing though. The team is great, and I feel like we all work really well together because they hear like and see, okay, this is who Aqyila wants to be. This is you. We're just like the driving force behind you and making sure that you are put and set in the best way possible. And I think that's super important when you're signing with a label, because like
Yes.
there's decisions that are going to be made that you want to make sure that you're happy with. And if you guys are both on the same page, then it's only going to be fluid. So yeah, I've been having a blast. I got to go to the Junos, and that was so much fun. Oh my gosh, yeah, thank you. So much fun. We had a blast that week. Like it was great. We still talk
I
about it this day.
I was in Edmonton for that. I covered the Junos. I don't know how I missed you. Like, did you walk the red carpet
Oh,
on
I didn't. I didn't go to this year. I went last year.
last year? That's
Yeah,
why. Okay.
last year.
Well, I
Yeah.
was there last year too.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, then I didn't. I don't think I saw you.
Well, it happens that way. It happens.
Yeah.
But when you did get this Juno nominate, talk about the Juno nomination, where you were,
Oh
And
yeah.
wait a minute, how did I even miss you when they did the Juno nominations in Toronto? Because I'm always at when they make the first announcement.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still very new to this, so I don't
But
know.
what was it like?
Oh, it was
Where
fun.
were you when you found out, hey, I got a Juno nomination? What was it for?
Oh gosh, I was home. I was watching the stream, and I was told to tune in just in case. And I was like, okay. So I'm watching, and I saw one of my producer friends, Evan Miles. He got nominated, so I was texting him. I was like, oh my god, I just saw your name come up. Like that's amazing. And then a couple of categories later, my name came up, and I was like, oh my god, like I just froze in my living room. I just couldn't believe it. And I texted everybody in the group chat. They're like, congratulations! Oh my god, you were nominated. And then it sunk in when we were getting ready, like I was getting the dress fitting and getting my makeup and hair done, and I was like, "This is insane." And then all those interviews, it felt like such like a went by like a flash, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Like we relived those moments to talk about funny times in the hotel, and we were all getting ready and being frantic. And okay, she has to be in the car by this time, and you have to be here. Yeah, it was so much fun though. So much fun.
More fun when you have a
Yeah.
new EP out with new music. So let's make this official. What is
Mhm.
the name of the new EP and how does it represent you in this point in your career?
Yeah, it's called For the Better. And that name came from Hello because since that one obviously resonated the most with people and resonated with me the most on the project, I felt like that line when I say like some things really happen for the better is so true. Not every opportunity that comes across will always, turn out the way I'd want it to, but sometimes when things don't work out, it's okay because there is better on the other side, you know? And I always tell myself that whatever is like for me will never miss me. So if it's not for me, then that's okay, because I know that there's better on the other side. So that's where I got the name for the EP for that. And then I have two songs on there that are coming out. So it's We Keep On and then Moving Like That. Yeah.
Congratulations with that. Does
Yeah.
that mean we're going to be seeing you on tour or making any appearances throughout 2023?
Oh, well, fingers crossed, but I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of shows for sure. Like I have a
Okay.
festival or two coming up right now. Yeah, I think I have about two coming up and another performance in Mississauga, which will be really dope as well for Canada Day. But I haven't announced that one yet, but now I have. But yeah.
There you go. We're going to look out for that. And just curious,
Yeah.
because we're heading into the summer season, a lot of
Mhm.
times artists like yourselves record Christmas songs. So,
Oh
any
gosh.
chance that we're going to have a holiday song from you leading in towards the end of the year?
I was asked about this yesterday. You just reminded me. Honestly, I said yes. So I would like to confidently say yeah. I would love to do a Christmas song. So yeah.
Fantastic. Look, I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to let you go because you got a lot more interviews to do.
I
But I
do,
want
but
to
this was fun.
you know, I'm so glad we had a chance to talk because like I said,
Same.
I love your vibe. I love everything that you're doing. You've definitely got an old soul and it's going to
Thank
go a long way. Congratulations on your success. Looking forward to doing this interview with you in person, but I would rather do it on a red carpet at the Juno Award nominations and in the winner's circle too. Congratulations and looking forward to everything you're doing in 2023.
Thank you so much. So nice talking to you.